really did the inside. That was we thought that might be a kind of a place that Oak Hill had some advantage. Again, Chapman, you talk about a Banks, so athletic inside, but the Blue Devils really owned the paint, especially that second half.
Honestly, at the start of this game, when I saw their lineup, I really thought Oak Hill was going to dominate the inside. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was going to come down to Compton and Dean's three-pointers. And they showed how little I know.
Well, of course, being able to hit those threes did pull them away. Gave Gate City a little bit of room to operate. They weren't able just to collapse inside on the big guys. Of course, George, even though he didn't have a lot of points and rebounds, he, like I said, he was pretty phenomenal inside. So,
I agree. And I think I'm going to bow out and see if I can't grab somebody.
All righty. So, like I said, I'll fill in for that. Again, talking about this this team. Gate City will go on the road, as we've mentioned. They'll go to Daniel Boone on Tuesday night. The Lady Devils, as well as the boys, will be in action. Lady Devils will play their first game of the season. Again, that ball game will be on Tuesday night. Then we'll go to Dobbins Bennett on Thursday night. Again, that will be a super as well. And then you've also got a super which will be played at Sullivan East. That's next Saturday. So, again, a lot of action coming up here for the Blue Devils.
A lot of action on these bleachers, me running up and down them, too.
Yeah.
I caught Mr. Hensley. He said he'd be joining us in just a minute.
Right.
Cheerleaders wanting your pictures made with them. That takes a little more priority than me and you.
Yeah, we rank pretty low on the
I can't really say as I blame him.
No, indeed. That's, again, but, hats off to Andrew. Again, like I said, great ball game. 6'3" senior. Interested to see what his plans will be after this year. Of course, he's really come on the last couple years. Of course, they all have. It has been amazing. This team, of course, 2 years ago won a state championship. Last year they were in the Final Four. Year before, as freshmen, they were in the Elite Eight of Virginia. So then the year before that, they were in the Final Four as eighth graders. Of course, they wouldn't have been on the varsity. But
Hensley, he has really stepped up from his junior to his senior season. He's had noticeable improvement. He played well last year. Mm-hmm. He's playing great right now.
And the young man will be joining us here, hopefully here in just a minute. But, again, as we mentioned, Chris, you would talk about this, sending a message. What's your thoughts? Of course, we talked about the advantage that Oak Hill had coming in and playing 14 games already. Really didn't bother. The Blue Devils didn't look winded. Of course, looked like fresh legs, really, playing this Oak Hill team.
Right, and I'm kind of like I just at a loss for words. I never expected this tonight. I think it's amazing, and I think this speaks for the potential for another fantastic season.
Of course, as we've talked about in the coaches' polls, the preseason picks, Gate City, of course, Wise Central picked as a close second team in the Mountain 7. Of course, they've returned most of the everybody.
I think after tonight, Wise Central might be sweating a little bit.
So as we let's see if we get
Mr. Hensley.
There we go.
I'll even give up my seat for the man of the hour.
The man of the hour again. He is our. I'll give you the mic, big man. All right, so he is the player of the game, the Delegate Kilgore Leadership Player of the Game, number 11, Andrew Hensley. Big man, great game tonight. Talk to us a little bit about pounding Oak Hill here at home.
Well, we knew they were a good team coming into the game, and we thought that if we played against good defense and hit our shots tonight, that we would be able to come out with a win.
You played extraordinarily well on the defensive side. Offensively, hitting some threes, being able to move, even without the basketball. Is that something you all have worked on and something that was kind of part of the game plan?
Well, I've been trying to get more confident in my shot, and, tonight I think I shot the ball pretty well. But, we've been working on a lot in practice. So, I've been getting better and better every day.
Did you know about the athleticism of this team, and what was your all's thoughts, when you first started and sort of the pregame and what you all were talking about?
Well, throughout the week, we've looked them up on the internet, of course, and seen that they're a pretty tall team. They look pretty athletic, so we prepared ourselves for that. As you can see, we had our big men a lot inside, being ready to stop drives, and we just prepared for them all week.
Andrew, Tuesday night against Eastside, when you came out after halftime, it seemed like there was a sluggish start to the second half, and it took you a few minutes to kind of get in the groove before you were able to pull away. That didn't happen tonight. Did you all do anything different at halftime compared to Tuesday night to come out with that fast start?
I think we went into halftime confident. We had the lead, but it was a small lead. But then we came back out, and Brad hit a lot of shots like he was all night. And, really, he just led us to this win, and he hit a lot of shots for us.
All right, so as we get ready, of course, the preseason's over. Got Daniel Boone, Dobyns-Bennett, Sullivan East next week. What's your thoughts? Senior year, here you go, starting your season. What's your thoughts of taking on these Tennessee teams and getting underway?
Daniel Boone, we've played them every year, and, they've been a pretty good team. So, I think we'll be ready for them. And then Dobyns-Bennett, we played them last year in the Arby's. They beat us, of course, but, I think they'll come back better this year against them. And Sullivan East, we also played them in the Arby's last year, but we beat them. They're completely different now because it's a new year, but, I think we're confident going into next week.
Well, I think what you did tonight is really going to get the attention of these Tennessee teams. I said during the commercial at the start of the game, I could see you all winning by 3, maybe 5. I really did not expect this kind of an offensive and defensive show from you guys. So that's a tribute to the team this year. But I think you shocked, well, as I said, you sent shockwaves through the whole state of Virginia and probably northeast Tennessee while you're at it. So you guys are going to be coming in with a little bit of swagger, I think, this week, rightfully deserved.
Yeah, the defensive side, we've been working a lot on practice. Like this year, Coach Vermillions wanted to make sure that we've had a heavy priority on defense, and I think that we showed that tonight, as well as scoring 78 points too.
Yeah, this Oak Hill team came in averaging a little over 80. You all held them to 54. Now, of course, you all be on the road here now moving forward. But, as a senior, of course, like I said, what's your plans as you move forward to the future? After you win state this year, and, of course, we get the rings and everything, what's your thoughts on what's going to be – where are you going to be at this time next year?
Well, we're hopeful to win state this year, of course. But, I wouldn't say that we're going to win it yet. But, we're definitely hopeful. And, I really don't know what's to come for me yet. Cause, I'm just waiting to see how the season plays out and, see where it goes from there.
Now, I'm an Emory-Henry alumni. Is there any chance I can get you the blue and gold as a Wassford?
We'll have to see, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know yet.
Well, Andrew, I hate to cut this short, but the coach is down there giving us the sign. I think they're wanting you down there.
Thank
you. Good job tonight.
Appreciate
we'll see you next week.
All right, so that is the Terry Kilgore Leadership Player of the Game. Again, that is number 11, Andrew Hensley, 6'3", senior. Big ball game. He had those threes, played well on the defensive side. What all do you say? Yeah, again, very impressed with what we did tonight.
They definitely came in and took care of business.
So, with all that said, again, want to say thank you to everybody, all of our sponsors. Again, of course, as we talked about, the play of the night, of course, that was John Sally underneath there, the great 4 passes that got him in there. And, again, as he laid it up, of course, the stat of the night, Gate City's defense ratcheted up, only giving up 8 points in the fourth quarter, again, propelling him to a 24-point win. And, again, the player of the game, the Delegate Terry Kilgore player of the game, that was number 11, Andrew Hensley. Chris, your final thoughts before we sign off?
I am excited. Let's play Boone tomorrow night. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so everybody rest up over the weekend. Of course, you've got some plans, something going on tomorrow, a fundraiser. I believe you'll be participating in.
Oh, true. If anybody's out looking for a good breakfast, the Dobyns-Bennett softball team is having a little fundraiser at Applebee's. Come on out. I know there'll be one good-looking guy serving some orange juice and coffee. Tickets $5 each.
So, fundraiser again.
My daughter would appreciate that.
Again, support our local athletics if you can. So, again, want to say thank you. Want to say a big shout out to my 2 biggest fans, Campbell and Emory, who are listening tonight. Again, love you all and see you soon. And again, want to say thank you to everybody who listens to us. And there's several that are religious. It's really neat in the way that you support us. Again, want to say thank you to everybody for making us a part of your Friday nights and part of your listening excitement. So anyway, final score from a joyous Gate City Middle School Gymnasium: 78-54. Gate City crushes Oak Hill Academy. Again, you've been listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports This is Gate City Sports Radio.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.